think we're live. I think we're good.
Are we live?
Nah, we ain't live. We trying to get there though.
One day.
One day.
You know, we got to start small.
Got to start small.
Yeah. So, Raph, what do you want to talk about?
Well, you were saying something about some chewing gum.
Yeah, like, what the fuck is up with chewing gum anyway?
I don't know, man. Like how you were saying before, it's kind of useless.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're at work, you know, you can't have a fidget spinner in your hand. You have like some kind of fidgeting device in your mouth. You chew it.
Yeah.
To keep your mind distracted. For real though. Like what good is gum when you have like mints? Like a mint does everything gum does except for like work on your jawline.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm more of a mint guy because at the end of the day, you know, the mint, you don't have to spit it out anywhere. You just enjoy it. When it's gone, it's gone. You pop another one in if you want it.
And it really doesn't lose its flavor.
Exactly. Yeah.
Until all the way to the very end, it has its flavor. Exactly.
But with gum, on the other hand, you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for.
Like that zebra gum.
Yeah. Yeah. Zebra gum. Me and zebra gum got a pretty interesting story. I remember when I was growing up, and I'm pretty sure it was my uncle fucking with us. But he used to always tell us that the paper that's wrapped with the zebra gum is edible. Like you don't have to unwrap it. You can just put the whole thing in your mouth. And I was like, oh, okay, he's an adult. He ain't never said anything crazy to me before.
Yeah, I mean, why would he lie?
Why would he lie?
Yeah, why?
Now that I'm an uncle, I know why he lied.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
the rite of passage.
It's a rite of passage. So it's more or less of like, man, we used to. I remember like putting like 1 and 2 and 3 pieces of like full pieces of gum in my mouth with the paper, and I'm just like chewing and like he off there to the side like just killing himself, and like my mom coming in, she was like, "What is wrong with you? What are you chewing on?" And like when I spit it out, it is like one big glob of paper and gum, and she's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Well, he told me to do it."
Yeah, it's bad enough you already got gum in your mouth. That's not something you really should eat. You know, when you were a kid, you ate gum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I swallowed it.
Swallowed it and everything.
Yeah. It's like, okay, well, does it come out? Like, does it stay in there for a while? Like, my parents told me that if you eat gum, it like takes like a month to get through your.
I heard it was
years. Years?
I heard it was like 3 or 4 years before it gets through your digestive tract.
I mean, we might be sitting on some gum that's from like the 90s.
Boy. I ate a lot of gum.
That's right.
I ate a lot of gum. Of course, some with paper on it.
Yeah. So you'd open up the zebra gum, right? It was zebra gum, and you would just pull the whole sleeve out and everything and pop it in. Damn.
Because he told us that's the thing he told us like, and then in my child mind, I was like, well, that's kind of cool. Yeah. You don't have to waste no time. You can just eat the whole.
That's right. Instant gratification.
Instant gratification. I wasn't even thinking about like, hey. That's paper. You know,
like it's good.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the paper. Like, if you ever like get a piece of gum, you unwrap it from the paper, you smell the paper. It smells just like the gum.
Yes.
So, like, why wouldn't it taste like the gum too?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the other thing too is the zebra gum. I remember even the sleeves had the different striped color of the zebra depending on the flavor.
You know what? That is right.
So, you know, if you're a kid and your uncle's telling you, "Hey, you can eat the paper,"
it's probably extra lime, you know, green apple flavoring on it.
Exactly. You're like, okay, I'm gonna eat this orange paper.
Yeah, I mean, that was legit.
Yeah.
That was legit. So, you know, like when he said that, you know, I didn't make it no mind, but man, my mama cussed my ass out about that. And I'm sitting here like, man, it's not my fault. Like, why you ain't saying that? Yeah. I was gonna take the paper off of the gum.
Yeah.
Until he told me not to. So
yeah, your uncle's over there looking at you like, ha!
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
It was good times though. It was good times. I got laughs out of it. Now I get laughs out of it.
You know, if I ever have kids, I'm gonna have to repeat that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely repeat that. I am.
You know, the first thing I really remember with gum was the zebra gum because of the flavor. Mm-hmm. You want to eat all the different flavors. Like I had a brother and sister growing up too, and you know, you don't get like each a pack. You get a pack for the group. For the group. And now you got to figure out, okay, well, damn, I like all the flavors. Which ones do I like the most? You got to pick.
You got to compromise.
You got to compromise. You know what? That red one, feeling that red one today.
Yeah.
Yep. You know the other thing too.
Definitely remember that.
Tell me you didn't do this growing up too. I remember one of my friends in high school. We had, I think it was double mint gum, and it's the kind that had the foil on the paper.
Yeah.
Like silver foil.
Oh, you made.
Yeah.
I know what
We're making grills.
Yeah. I knew it. I did that. I definitely did that.
I remember I kind of learned this in freshman year in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the other kids did it, early 2000s, mid 2000s. You had a lot of people like Nelly talking about their grills. I think not much later than that you had like Paul Wall out there, big grill guy.
TV Johnny.
Yeah, exactly.
TV Johnny.
And I remember I was in the back of one of my English classes, and my friend Fred was sitting next to me. And he had seen me fucking with some gum. And then he saw me do one of these out of the corner of his eye, and I went to suck it into my teeth. And he looked at me like, oh, hell no. Tell me you didn't just do what I think you did. And you know what? I didn't tell him. I just looked at him and smiled. But that's what you did. Yeah.
It was harmless fun that was just, like, I don't know, man. It was almost like the WWF, the Suck It, the DX.
Suck it!
Man, I got cussed out so much at school for that, but, like, we wasn't...
Who did it hurt?
It didn't hurt anybody.
It hurt some people's feelings because they thought you were doing this, like you're trying to be suggestive and shit.
And motherfuckers thought, we was telling girls to suck it, and I'm like,
well, yes and no.
Yes and no, but
it wasn't about that. It was Degeneration
Exactly.
X.
It wasn't even about nothing sexual. It was a statement saying like, man, fuck what you talking about. We got 2 words for you. Suck it.
That's right. That's
just like how Bart used to say, eat my shorts.
Exactly.
Ain't going around eating nobody's shorts.
Exactly. Nobody was complaining about that.
No.
Nobody came to my mama's house saying, hey, your son tried to make me eat his shorts.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? We did the Degeneration X. A friend of mine down the street we're having some issues with, he was up there with another family in the front. They lived in the front house. And we all had an idea to walk by the house and do the whole suck it thing to him. His name was Carlos.
Carlos.
Because Carlos was a cool kid, but every once in a while we'd be beefing and stuff like that. So we just finished watching WWE like the night before, and I said, hey, you know what? It'd be really cool if we walked by Carlos' house one day, and we all just say, hey man, we got 2 words for you. Suck it, right? So we saw him the next day or so, and we deployed the tactic. Right? What we weren't thinking about was the collateral damage, like the other women in the family that he was around. And by association, even though we wanted to tell him to suck it, they all thought we wanted them to suck it too.
Yeah, and I bet that didn't go over real well.
No. The grandma was out there. She was making some
grandma
faces.
was out there?
There was a grandma.
Oh, shit.
Yep. So there were several family members out there, and we just told them to suck it, and we went about our day. So we went to our friend's house down the road and came back a few hours later. As soon as we got to the house, my mom came outside. She was like, where have you guys been? What were you doing? Why were you doing all this stuff? The neighbors just came over here. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, they said you went by the house and you were doing all these gestures like you wanted to like have sex with them or what. I'm like, no, Mom, no. We're not trying to have sex with the neighbors. Shit, I wasn't even really thinking about sex.
Nah, that's the point that I was trying to make. Like, none of us worrying about. It was a few of us.
Yeah.
That was a little mannish. That
some of the kids matured a little faster.
Yes, but like the thought process of that was not suck me off. It was, man, fuck you.
Exactly.
That was the point. And it's like, a lot of people, I guess, miss that because of the gesture, and the gesture is what really took shape out of that whole thing. And I just never understood it. I was like, man, guys, come on, ain't nobody going around. Nowadays, I mean, yeah,
you can't do nothing nowadays.
Yeah. You can't do shit.
Yeah, and it was our friend Carlos. It's like saying like flipping him the bird.
Exactly.
It's like, hey, fuck you, man. Hey, you want to hang out? We weren't trying to like really get onto the guy. We were just trying to be funny.
Yes. It's just like just having that male camaraderie, and you seem like, man, how you doing, you motherfucker?
That's right.
It ain't, man. Ain't nothing going on with that.
Yeah, that was an adventure.
Oh yeah.
Almost got my ass whooped that time too. And I explained, me and my brother, we explained to ourselves like, hey, that's from wrestling. That's what you tell people, just for fun. Mom's like, I don't care what the wrestlers do. You're not going to be doing that kind of stuff to the neighbors.
Why was that always the excuse to parents? Like when you say like, hey, but this person, I don't care what they doing.
Yeah. I care what you doing.
Yeah. I swear that was just like, it was almost like it was preemptive. The minute you said that, you already knew what was going to get spit back to you. You like, how did I fall into that trap again?
Mm-hmm. Yep, but you learn not to do stuff when other grown folks are around. Your friends, they're not going to come up to mom and say, hey, this is what your son did.
No.
He hurt my feelings.
No. Only time we got those type of visits was when like we had when it was shit going on at school, like bullying or something. Mm-hmm. And you had that parent popping up. Sometimes the parents of the ones that is bullying need their ass whooped too.
How is it
both ways?
The bullies, their parents are the biggest bullies.
The biggest.
They're beating their kids and abusing their kids, talking down to them, maybe smacking them around a little bit. And the kid can't fight their parents, so they're just going to go to school
and release all of that energy.
Mm-hmm.
Other helpless people that probably can't help themselves. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just be the parent that get their ass whooped. You need to put hands on them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's about it.
Hey man, so I want to talk to you a little bit more about some gum.
What you got about the gum?
So,
what kind of gum man are you? I know you said you like Zebra.
I like Zebra. Before I realized it was a waste of money. That 5 seconds of flavor just didn't last long enough for me.
Nah.
When it started coming out of my budget, I went to double mint gum.
The double mint.
So I got 10 seconds out of that double mint instead of 5.
I feel you on that.
But kind of going back to like gum and like my stance on gum, like I used to chew it. If you're looking for like a strong jawline, trying to be like Clark Kent or some shit like that, I guess maybe you can refine that a little bit.
Square chin Batman.
Exactly. But it's like it's the most wasteful candy. Like every other candy, you put it in your mouth, you eat it. Or if it's like a taffy, you chew it for a little bit like gum. But even taffy, you don't have to spit it out or decide if you want to risk swallowing it and having surgery.
Not at all.
But gum, what the fuck do you do with it when you're done?
I mean, as a child, I used to swallow it.
Okay. I did too for a little bit.
But after a while, like. Even like, okay, so I remember chewing on a piece of gum so long that it started dissolving.
It dissolved, okay.
And it was like real gritty. Ugh. And it had a very slimy, gritty texture to it to where it wouldn't stay together to chew.
Ugh.
Almost like it's a paste. That's what it is. Almost like a paste. And I was like, I was like, what in the world? And then like once like I've seen and like kind of tasted it like that, I was like, ugh, I can't swallow this no more. Ain't no way that my body's getting rid of this. It was weird. But yeah, I think I was chewing that gum for like 3 days.
3 days?
2 or 3 days.
Shit. Man, by then I've already spit it on a passing car or something. I don't know. I
used to be real bad about going to sleep with gum in my mouth. Like I would chew gum and go to sleep. I'm surprised like...
You didn't choke?
I didn't choke.
Damn.
Fall out and go in my head like... But I used to be notorious about that, and I'd get up and I'd be like, maybe I should throw this away. I'll spit it out when I get home. When I get outside, and I never spit it out and just keep on chewing on it. And it just got to that point. It was like that paste dissolved. It was disgusting. God, it was disgusting.
Damn days. The most I've probably done is like 8 hours, like a work shift. Mm-hmm. Okay, by then it kind of gets, for me, what I've noticed, the gum I've had in my mouth for hours, it kind of becomes more like firm,
Yes.
So it might be brand to brand. They have different
No,
components.
it definitely got firm.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah.
So you went beyond.
I went beyond the...
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Everything that you're describing, it happened to me. Like, it got to a point where it got kind of, like, tough. Like, I don't want to say hard, but kind of tough. And it was like a chore to almost chew. And then, after a while, like, I guess, resistance is a motherfucker. And that gum was like, fuck it. I'll yield.
The other thing, too, like, after you've been chewing gum for, like, I guess, a couple days in your case. You know, for me, about 5 hours. I've noticed, like, my teeth start to feel funny. Like, they're tired. Like, how the fuck do teeth even get tired?
They tired, and then when you try to go eat other food, it feels like your mouth is detached, and you don't taste it or feel you eating food.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you're talking about.
It's almost like when you've had a steak, in a way, but you've eaten that steak all day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that steak was not going to give up.
So, let me ask you something. When you decided not to eat your gum, where do you like to stick it? You throw it in the trash? Stick it under the table?
That's what I was going to say. It depends on where we are. If we're at somewhere public, I'm putting that bitch under the table. I'm putting that bitch on. It's a rite of passage.
Yeah, exactly.
That shit's going under the table.
Look, I had a phase in my life where I would actually get to a restaurant and look under the table and be like, damn, okay, this one's pretty clean. You know, this restaurant must be new in town. You know, then you get under something like, damn, okay, so like, which one of these pieces are from like 1977?
You feel me?
You know?
Because there's some up there that should be like bronzed. Like they're so like rigid and thick. Like you gotta, you know, get a chisel and pick and get it off of the wall.
That's right.
But yeah, them shit should be bronzed.
And you know, going back to the wasteful thing too, like, you can't walk nowhere without seeing gum on the sidewalk, on the street.
That's true.
Like, where have you been? Maybe other countries. I've never left the United States, but I wonder if other countries, people don't spit their gum out on the sidewalk.
You know what? I've never been outside of the country.
Nope. Only time I left the country was at the beach. Went swimming.
Oh. Be on
Got halfway to Cuba and came back.
And I don't even get in the water like that.
No.
I can swim. I just, you know, it's eerie things that lurk in the water nowadays that I be seeing shit come out and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna keep my ass.
I've watched way too many documentaries to know that there's shit out there that wants to eat you.
Yes. Bigger than me.
Yep.
And there's shit out there that's usually bigger than the shit that want to eat me. So why the fuck do I want to go out there?
On land, we're pretty high up on the food chain, but in the ocean, nah, we're near the bottom.
Yeah, way near the bottom.
Yep.
Like, just the environment alone cuts us out and puts us at the bottom of the food chain.
You ever step on gum?
Yes.
That's the most annoying shit.
It is.
You know, one situation I ran into, you know, at work, I park in my spot. I always park in the same spot.
I done told you I park in that spot too, man.
Yeah. Well, the thing about gum for me is, you know, I went through a phase where I chewed gum every day. I'd have a couple pieces, you know, before work, after my break, you know, later on in the day. You know, and I'm a creature of habit. I'd go get my lunch, I'd pull back up into the same parking spot at work, and then I'd have to do something with my gum. Usually goes out the window. But I remember this one time, I spit my gum out, and then I got out of the truck to go to work, and then what'd I do? I stepped in that fucking gum.
Oh, no.
So it's self-destructive.
Yeah.
You know? So I've learned since then, okay, let me just throw this in a paper towel.
I guess.
Yeah. Because
you can always swallow it.
I mean, if you're going to spit it somewhere where you know you're not going to step. You know...
That too, yeah.
You ever spit gum out the window of a moving car? Thinking, okay, cool, that had some distance. And then you get out of the car later and you see the gum on your car. Yeah.
I have... It's my younger, not knowing days. Just basic laws of gravity. And how things work.
Okay.
But we're in the car. And I'm in the driver's seat. And what was I drinking? Like, it was a milkshake, but it wasn't like a thick milkshake. Like, it had got to the bottom of it to where it's like, oh, okay, it's kind of watery, whatever. I wasn't thinking. I just pitched it out the window.
No.
That bitch flew all the way back halfway on the windshield.
Oh, man.
My cousin looked at me. He was like, man, what the fuck are you doing? Like, like, he cussed me out from the time that happened all the way to the exit. And I was like, bro, my bad. Like, he's like, I know you wasn't thinking. I was like, I wasn't.
Did it come back in and spray?
It didn't hit us. It just hit the windshield.
Oh,
you couldn't see worth for shit. So it was
like,
like,
he was in the car behind you.
No, he was driving.
Oh, he was
I was just in the passenger seat.
Oh, okay. So it came up to the windshield. Okay.
Yeah, I about killed us. That's what it was. Like, but I just wasn't thinking there wasn't much in there. Like, that's what I thought. But once that motherfucker went out the window and just, like it was like a blanket. I was like, God damn, there wasn't much in that car. But yeah, like that. Yeah.
You ever spit out the window and go to get some groceries out of the back and realize you spit on the inside? Just that wind resistance, push it back in. You're like, okay, it's going out the window. Nah. And then you have a streak on the inside.
I've seen somebody spit in the wind and then come back in.
Yeah.
I've seen that, but I've never personally.
You know, I learned something in Key West. We were out there with my friends. We spent the night sleeping on the 7 Mile Bridge. It was a cool, windy night. Mm-hmm. And there's not really public restrooms out there. But there's a garbage can. Everybody pisses on the garbage can.
Oh my God.
And so all the people were over here on this side of the garbage can. And you know, it's only like maybe 10 feet across the walking distance, and it goes on for 7 miles. So not a whole lot of restrooms, right? So I got to that garbage can. Everybody pee on it. The girls would squat, you know, right next to it and pee. You know, your guy, you just kind of let it hang.
Yeah.
And you can either stand facing them against the wind. Everybody sees you pissing, or you can stand with your back to your friends and you're pissing into the wind. Yeah. Man. I was wearing that shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I feel you on that, though.
And I mean, it's appropriate. There's not really any showers out there, so that's the closest thing I have to a shower. It is what it is, yeah.
This dude.
Yep. Because you know how it is when you're in a urinal, you know, you're peeing, some of the urinals, they bounce back. You can kind of feel that shit.
The after splash, yeah. That shit pisses me off.
Right?
God, that shit pisses me off.
Pun intended?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does, though.
Yeah. But, you know, I learned a lesson that day. Never piss into the wind.
Oh, no.
Especially on a bridge, because, you know, it comes up, too.
It comes up and
down. Yeah, it's not you're not pissing down and it's deflecting down. It's just all over you. All over you.
Oh, my God. I can see you.
So I'm guessing that never happened to you.
No. No, it's never.